Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, Jay Briggs here from Pickdawgz.com, bringing y'all my NBA Jam session on January 16th. 2023, man. If you're looking for more of this great content, y'all know what to do. Smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and drop who y'all like down in the comments. As you know, I love going through, seeing who y'all like. If you're looking for my best bets, the ones that I'm placing tonight, and best bets from the top handicappers on the planet, man, check us out over at pickdawgz.com. Click that premium picks tab. And if you're looking for my $15 NBA Jam session play, my best bet in the NBA every night, man, you can click that link in the description. It'll take you right to my handicapper page, man, and that's where you'll find all my bets for today's action and every day's action, man, including all sports. But my feature play every day is usually my $15 NBA Jam session play, man. We've hit back-to-back on that play, man. We want to keep the momentum rolling forward into this week, man, as well. We smashed the jam session last night as well, man. Love to see that, man. We're starting to heat back up in the NBA, man. We had a great week last week in the NBA as well overall, so we want to keep all that momentum rolling forward into this week, man. Let's smash it per usual, man. We got a 9-game card, so let's try to do just that. Follow me on Twitter at ParlayGuyJ. That's where I usually update y'all on late injury news and if my mind changes on any of these games due to late information coming out of the association, man. Let's make some money tonight, man. Hopefully my boys pull it through for your boy tonight too, man. They're in action against Tom Goat Brady. Hopefully we send him packing tonight as well. So a lot of great action today on this MLK Day, man. Shout out Martin Luther King as well, man. We honor you, man, and we thank you for all that you've done for us, man, in this country. Let's honor him today. Let's make some money today. And without further ado, let's hop right into tonight's NBA action. In our first matchup of the night, man, we got arguably the best team in basketball right now, the Boston Celtics, on the road facing the Charlotte Hornets. Boston road favorites laying 8.5, total 232. And I'm leaning Boston in this one. I think they go in here and blow these boys out again, man. We just saw these two teams play the other night on the 14th. Boston went in there, won the game 122-106. And y'all know how I typically feel about these home and homes. The team that does it in the first one, for some odd reason this NBA season, typically turns around and does it again in the second one, man. And we're looking at, like I said a minute ago, arguably the best team right now in the NBA, playing arguably the worst team in the NBA right now. On the way for me to look in our first matchup is to lay the points with the Boston Celtics. They are kind of banged up as it looks like Jaylen Brown will not play tonight, but the Hornets are still without Gordon Hayward and Oubre. I can't get there in any fashion with the Hornets, man. So in our first one of the night, it's Celtics or nothing for me here in this one. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Indiana Pacers out on the road facing the Milwaukee Bucks. Milwaukee home favorites laying 10.5, total 228. It's a tough one, man. And I'm going to be honest, this is probably one of the toughest cards we've had in a minute in the NBA, or at least for me anyway. I got a lot of leans for y'all today, man. Just a lot of leans. I can see a lot of these games going either way. We got a lot of huge lines, kind of like this one. So, let's look at this one. We got Milwaukee laying 10.5 in this one, but I think Giannis is going to be back. They're back at home. But Milwaukee just played 4 straight road games, so laying 10.5 is, kind of iffy in my book. But, then the Pacers, they're so banged up, it's hard to get there with them either. Halliburton, we know he's out. Miles Turner, I'm not sure if he plays tonight. I think he's out as well. So the Pacers have now lost 3 straight since losing their guys. They're not the same team without those guys. So I will lean in this one to the Milwaukee Bucks. They do return home in this one. And, like I said, Giannis should be back in this one after not playing against Miami. But also Drew Holiday day-to-day. Joe Ingles out, it looks like. Still no Middleton. Bobby Portis day-to-day. It's a tough one, man. However you slice it, I could really see this one. I can see Milwaukee blowing them out, but I can see the Pacers keeping this one competitive at the same time. Which one's more likely? I think the Bucks blow the Pacers out more likely on their home floor with their guys returning and the Pacers being so banged up. So I will lean towards the Milwaukee Bucks here in the second matchup of our night. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the New Orleans Pelicans out on the road facing the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland home favorites laying 6.5, total 222. For me in this one, man, I am going to take Cleveland. I'll lay the 6.5. Cleveland is tied for the best home cover team in the NBA. It's really a 3-way tie with Golden State Warriors and the Milwaukee Bucks, with Philadelphia right on their tail. I know these change like every day. I come here and say this like every day. A different team is the best home cover team, but it's because they're all right in here. And, some teams play one night, some teams don't, so it changes. But as of right now, they're tied for number one with the Golden State Warriors at 14-7-1 against the spread this season, covering in 66.7% of their home games. They returned home in this one after playing 5 straight road games, and I think they just turn up on this Pelicans team, man. This is a Cleveland team that desperately needs to get back on their home floor. That's where they play their best basketball, man, and I think they run over this Pelicans team here tonight. I don't love the spot for the Pelicans either, as this is going to be the Pelicans' 5th straight road game. Both teams have been road warriors here recently, man. A lot of games on the road. And New Orleans, they've been okay, man. They've only won 2 of their last 5. They're still banged up. They're without their top 2 guys in Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram. And I just don't like the spot at all for this Pelicans team, man, here tonight on the road facing this Cavs team who desperately needs to get back home. This Cavs team, man, I'm telling you, I've been high on them all season, man. They're a team that's going to fly under the radar. And I think that we just continue cashing some Cavs tickets out on their home floor. We've been doing it all season, and I think we do it again here in this one. So I'll lay the 6.5 with Cleveland on their home floor. I think they're the better team and the best home cover team in the NBA right now. I like our chances, so lay the points with Cleveland here in this one. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Toronto Raptors out on the road facing the New York Knicks. Knicks home favorites laying 2.5, total 218. I am going to take the Knicks here in this one, man. They're playing some good basketball right now. And as I continue to say, man, there's 2 real streaky teams in the NBA. The Oklahoma City Thunder and the New York Knicks, man. These are 2 teams, when they get hot, you just got to keep riding them until they cool off, man. And when they're cooled off, you keep fading them until they heat up. That's just how the New York Knicks and the Oklahoma City Thunder operate. And right now, the Knicks are red hot, man. They've won 4 of their last 5. And I definitely think they win this one tonight on their home floor versus Toronto. Toronto just played like 5 or 6 straight home games, which they desperately needed because before that homestand, Toronto was playing terrible basketball on their home floor. They kind of got right there on their home floor in that stretch, winning, I think, 3 of 6 in there. They probably wanted to do a little better than that, but I think they won 3 of 6. They've won 3 of their last 5. They just lost their last one to Atlanta on their home floor, 114-103. And I think they come out here and lose on the road as well, as that's what they've been doing all season out on the road. Toronto this season on the road is 5-13. Straight up. That's not against the spread. That's straight up. They've only won 5 games out on the road. We're only laying 2.5 with the Knicks, so a bucket. We only need them to win the basketball game. I definitely think the Knicks win the basketball game. Toronto just does not show up on the road. Do I think that they win the game? I do not. So will I lay the points with the better team playing the better basketball right now? I will in the New York Knicks. A huge addition to this Knicks team that, again, I don't know why my guy doesn't get the respect he deserves, but Jalen Brunson is a hooper, man, and I'm terribly sad that he's no longer on my Dallas Mavericks. He was an underrated commodity here in Dallas, man. I was trying to tell everybody how much of an addition he was to the team then. Nobody was trying to hear it. When he left, a lot of people were like, so what, when he went to the Knicks? And I was like, no, bro. He was a huge reason to why we made it to the Western Conference last year. And I think he's a huge reason why the Mavs are kind of struggling right now. The Mavs need a secondary ball handler outside of Luka, and we really don't have it outside of Dinwiddie, and Dinwiddie is not Brunson. Brunson has come to this New York Knicks team and turned them up. And if you haven't been watching New York Knicks basketball, then you wouldn't know. But I have, and Jalen Brunson is really playing some really great basketball right now, man, and I think he leads his Knicks to a home win here in this one. The Knicks, man, I don't know what to make of them right now, man. They're hot right now, so I'm going to continue riding them. Is this sustainable all season? That's yet to see, but here tonight on their home floor, I'm taking the New York Knicks, and I'll lay the points. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Golden State Warriors out on the road facing the Washington Wizards. Golden State road favorites laying 2, total 235. This is a really tough one, man. This is a really tough one because they're baiting us. Golden State is on a back-to-back after losing last night to the Chicago Bulls, and usually Golden State sits a lot of guys on their back-to-back, so hence why the line is only two. I can see Golden State sitting everybody. I really could. And Golden State is the worst road team in the NBA. Like, they're worse than Houston, they're worse than Detroit, Charlotte, and San Antonio, and Orlando. The worst road team in the NBA. is the Golden State Warriors, man. I'm not sure if y'all know this, but Golden State has played 20 road games this season. They've only won 3. They've played 20 road games this season. They've only won 3. 3-17 straight up against 3-17 straight up this season on the road. That's not against the spread. That's straight up. They've only won 3 games on the road this season, man. So with them sitting everybody possibly and this being a back-to-back, with them only winning 3 games on the road this season, I'm going to take the Wizards plus the points here in this one, man. I think the Wizards mess around and win it outright, but it's tough to get there with the Wizards, too, in this one, man. The Wizards have lost 4 of their last 5, including 2 of their last 3 on their home floor to New York and the Pelicans. They did beat the Bulls 100-97 on the 11th, but this one's tough, man. This is a tough one, like I said a minute ago. I said earlier on the jam session, it's one of the tougher cards I've had here in a minute. But I do lean Wizards in this one. I can't take Golden State, man. 3 wins all season out of 20 games on the road. Sheesh. Give me the Wizards plus the 2 here in this one. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Miami Heat, man, out on the road facing the Atlanta Hawks, man. Even line, total 223. God, man, the Heat have won 4 of the last 5. Man, the Heat are playing good basketball, man. That almost hurt me to say that. I've been on the wrong side of the Heat, and probably all 4 of those. They're playing good basketball, man. I got to give them some credit, shoot them some bell. They're not out on the road after playing 4 straight home games facing the Atlanta Hawks. Hawks just played 4 of their last 5 out on the road. It's a tough one, man. The line is even. This is going to be an even game all the way through. 9 times out of 10, I'm probably not betting this one. If I were betting this one, and I think that's what y'all come here to know. If I were betting this one, what would I do? I would continue fading the Miami Heat and take the Hawks on the money line. That's what I would do. I'm not sure if that's exactly what happens. 100% sure, as this is an even line. This is a 50-50 game. This game could go either way. The Hawks are playing good basketball, too, as they've won 3 of their last 5. The Hawks are working with revenge, as the Heat did beat them earlier in the season, 106-98. So what would I do? I would take the Hawks on the money line, just because I love fading the Heat. That's me personally, but from a betting perspective, from a professional betting perspective, there's no edge for me really in this one. So do with that information what you want. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Utah Jazz out on the road facing the Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota home favorites laying 2.5, total 235. This is another tough one, man. Another 50-50 type game, in my opinion. I could see this one going either way, and the line pretty much reflects that with the 2.5-point line. We got injury concerns in this one as well for both teams. Anthony Edwards, day-to-day questionable. Rudy Gobert, day-to-day questionable. Lauri Markkanen, day-to-day questionable for the Jazz, man. Those are probably the 3 most important pieces in this game. All 3 questionable, man. I would probably need some more information before making a solid side in this one. 9 times out of 10, I'm not betting this one, as I really have no edge, no professional edge, I should say, man. Everything on this one says 50-50. We look at recent matchups between these 2 teams. The Timberwolves won the last one in Utah, 118-108 on the 9th of December. The matchup before that, the Jazz won in Minnesota, 132-126 on the 21st of October. You know what I mean? It's a tough one. I'm seeing 2.5s and 2s here in this one, so pretty much a pick 'em. For me, I will lean Jazz because I'm here to give y'all picks, and I do lean Jazz. I think that they could possibly keep this game competitive in 50-50 type games. And the way I do it, I usually like having the points in my back pocket in these type games, but it's another tough one, man. I have no real professional edge here in this one, man. Tough card, tough game. We'll see. Minnesota's won 4 of their last 5, playing some pretty good basketball. The Jazz, they've only won 2 of their last 5, but they've looked good here in their last 3. They've won 2 of their last 3, and they probably should have beat Philadelphia on their last one out, 118-117. They did drop it, so tough one, man. I do lean Jazz for y'all guys here in this one, though. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Phoenix Suns out on the road facing the Memphis Grizzlies. Memphis home favorites laying 10.5, total 228. For me in this one, I do like the Grizzlies laying the huge number. Grizzlies are up there with the big boys in terms of best home cover team in the NBA. 13-7-1 against the spread this season on their home floor, covering in 65% of their home games, man. And I do think they just run over the Suns team here in this one, man. The Suns, I don't even know who's starting for this team, man. They're desperately reeling. They need to get healthy, and I don't think that tonight's the night where their young guys or whoever's playing for them step up, man. The Grizzlies usually run over everybody that's in front of them. I know John Morant is listed as day-to-day questionable, but if he's in or out, I still lay the points with the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are one of those teams, man, that with or without their star player, man, they're going to run you over. And I think that could just be an order hit or night in this one. The Suns have just been so awful here recently. Like, there's no way I could even look in their direction. They've only won one of their last 5. That was against Golden State. Other than that, they've been pretty much hammered by everybody. And playing Memphis, who likes to hammer people, I think that Memphis definitely can hammer the Suns team. If there's one team in the NBA that I feel like wants to blow you out every night, it's the Grizzlies. Not every team is like that, you know. But the Grizzlies, they're a bunch of young guys who will blow you out and have no problem doing so and laughing at you on social media for doing so. So, only way I can look in this one is to lay the points with the Grizzlies, man. Those guys just be hooping. And the Suns, too banged up right now to even look in their direction. So give me the Grizzlies. I'll lay the points here in this one. In our last and final matchup of the night, man, we got the Houston Rockets out on the road facing the Los Angeles Lakers. Lakers home favorites laying 5.5, total 234. Before we talk about this one, man, I got to get this off my chest. Russell Westbrook, what was that, bro? What was that, bro? Get a ball to LeBron and get out the way, bro. We're not trying to see you do that, bro. That's why nobody want to play with you. That's why we want you out of L.A. Because what was that, bro? Who do you think you are? Get a ball to LeBron and get out the way, bro. Sorry, had to get out off my chest, bro. Did y'all see that, bro? He trying to go one-on-one for the game, bro, against the Sixers, bro. That's not your role. Get a ball to LeBron, man. Let's win a basketball game. The Lakers did get the cover last night, but man, that sucked, man. I don't know what Russell Westbrook be thinking sometimes. I hope they trade him to Indiana. Let you go do that over there in Indiana, man. But tonight, man, we got the Lakers on a back-to-back. They just lost last night to the Philadelphia 76ers in a game they should have won if Russell Westbrook wasn't Russell Westbrook. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. So there's a high chance that LeBron sits tonight on this back-to-back. I hope he doesn't because I do like the Lakers to stomp this Houston Rockets team as the Houston Rockets have been stomped by everybody here recently. And the Lakers desperately need to stack some wins, man, if they want to keep pace. They're only 5 games under. A win last night would have went a huge way, but, you know, I'll leave that alone. But they need this one to get to 20-24, only 4 games under 500. And I think they get this one, man. The Rockets, they've been terrible here recently. They've been beat by 15 points or more in 4 of their last 5. In the one game that they didn't, they lost to Minnesota by 8. So they've been beaten pretty handedly in their last 5. I definitely think the Lakers can do the same thing. Maybe Westbrook goes home, thinks about that, and comes and plays a good game tonight. Who knows? But that frustrated me last night. I really thought the Lakers were going to pull that one out. They covered, but, you know, a win would have been nice for this Lakers team. As y'all know, I'm a huge LeBron James fan. That's why I be ranting like that. Greatest player ever, if you ask me. But, you know, a lot of people are going to say, you didn't see Jordan. And you're right. You're right. I give it to you. But for that reason, the greatest player I've ever seen is LeBron James. And with that said, I hope he plays tonight and stomp these Rockets. I'll lay the points with the Los Angeles Lakers here in this one. And that's going to conclude today's NBA Jam session on January 16th, 2023, man. Thank y'all for watching. Smash that like button for your guy, man. Subscribe if you're new. And drop who y'all like down in the comments. As you know, I love going through, seeing who y'all like. If you're looking for my best bets, though, the ones that I'm placing tonight, and best bets from the top handicappers on the planet, check us out over at Pickdawgz.com. Click that premium picks tab. And if you're looking for my $15 NBA Jam session play, my best bet in the NBA every night, man, you can click that link in the description. It'll take you right to my handicapper page, man, and my feature play every day is usually my $15 NBA Jam session play, man. We did hit back-to-back on that play. We had the Blazers in back-to-back games against my Mavs. So we just knew the Mavs on the road, the worst cover team in the NBA, was not a great situation. So we hit back-to-back on that, man. I love tonight's play as well. So scoop that up over at Pick Dawgz Premium. Follow me on Twitter at ParlayGuyJ. That's where I typically update y'all on late injury news. And if my mind changes due to late information coming out of the association, man, should be some pretty good updates today, as there's a lot of teams in there with some injuries, some significant ones as well. So make sure y'all follow me over there. Let's make some money tonight in the NBA, man. 9-game card. Hopefully we smash it per usual. Also, wish me luck as my Dallas Cowboys are in action tonight against them Tampa Bay Bucks, man. We got to send Tom Brady home. Hopefully we get it done, man. So if I'm not here in the morning, man, we lost, and I'm devastated. Nah, I'm just playing. I'm going to show up for y'all. But hopefully we get the dub, man. Thank y'all for watching. Been your guy, Jay Briggs, man. Let's make some money tonight. And talk to y'all on Twitter. Talk to y'all in the comments, man. Been your guy, Jay Briggs, and I'm out. Peace.